Evening everybody, and welcome back. God almighty, I'm making a mess. Oh shit, there goes the phone and all. Bear with us guys till I fix this. I need to... Oh, no, it's not happening. I seriously need to get a phone holder for in this car. Couple of updates for you guys. First off, no head back for fall kit regarding the Paul's going to see the guy. I don't even know if they've managed to speak to him yet or what regarding the van. The bank, when I spoke to them 2-3 weeks-ish ago, 2-3 Saturdays back, what they're saying is, because I authorised the transaction, they're not going to refund me or protect my money, because I authorised the transaction, and it wasn't like say, but yeah, if I'd given, for example, my card details or my card had been stolen, my money would be protected. Even if I had given them my card number and my security number on the back of the card, give them all the details and let them take a payment out of it, I'd have been protected that way. If I'd have went through PayPal, I'd have been protected. But because I authorised the transaction through the bank, the bank's no willing to protect me for this scam. So, but to update on that, for a change, as of just over a week ago, there's a new code being brought into play for the banks. For God's sake, fag ash over here. The code being exactly what I'm a victim for, believe it or not. Call it fucking bloody good timing or whatever you call it. But my boss was saying to me when I was sitting, I'd met them after shift, and I'd got to my coffee to say thanks for all their help and everything. And my boss had brought it up to me that her man had clocked the news article and then said to say to me about it. So I went and done a wee quick search online as I was sitting there, and lo and behold, at the top of the searches, there it was. Now, this new code is to protect customers for exactly bank transfer fraud. I.e., if a customer makes a payment through their bank to another person, or in layman's terms and legal terms and the full jargon of the wording, if I authorise my bank to make a payment through the online app or whatever the case may be, digital banking, whatever you call it, if I authorise the payment and I make a bank transfer that I have authorised for whatever reason, buying goods, paying friends, family, blah de blah, blah de blah, under no duress or anything like that, obviously, like say, as the security questions go, feck off, I'll get back to you. And through no fault of my own, as long as at my end I can prove that obviously it's fraud that way, then the customer should be protected. So I phoned Santander up, because that's the bank I'm with now. Santander, RBS, Bank of Scotland, Lloyds TSB, NatWest, and a couple of other, like say, branches, like probably English branches, I'm assuming, because I've never heard of them up here. A couple of, like say, wee branch sounding names. For life, I can't mind it. They've all elected into this, optionally elected into this new code. The government, or whoever it is, has opted up £384 or £389 million for this exact particular scam incident to protect customers of the banks who have elected into this new code of conduct, basically, or this new policy. And the 380 odd million is today up until, between all the banks, up until the end of 2019. Until obviously all the banks, the financial regulators, and all the governing bodies and that sit down, feedback, and obviously come up with a whole legal wording and make it a full-blown in-depth policy. So I phoned Santander and says, right, I phoned you up 2 weeks ago regarding this. I says, because I authorised the payment, you're only protecting me, blah de blah, but it's been brought to my attention there's a new code being brought into place. The lassie virtually quoted the guy 2 weeks ago word for word, because you authorised it, you didn't meet the criteria. Listen, hen, The criteria is it's bank transfer fraud. All I have to do is prove it's criminally fraud. I have gave you the arresting officer. I have give you the initial point of contact officer's name and badge number. I have given you the reference number for the case, which is criminal fraud, and I have updated you with the updated reference number and the updated reference for the name and badge number of the officer from the local station who is going to deal with it down in Falkirk. I says, I have provided all the legal evidence I can to prove that it's a criminal fraud. So I've had to go through the complaints department for this because I wasn't happy with the outcome, obviously, for 2 weeks ago. So the complaint's been raised. Because it's a scam, it's got to go through... Keep me right here. It's got to go to a specialist team in the complaints side of things because it's a scam. I actually came back on the phone, right, I've wrote it all up for you, Mr Johnson. They'll be back in touch with you within up to 15 days, but within 30 to 35 days or something, they have till then to come to a complete resolution and resolve this for you. If not, the case will be, you go to the financial ombudsman, basically. Are you having a fucking laugh? Seriously? It's 1,400 quid. I'm a victim of criminal fraud. I've proved that. The police are actively investigating it. I says, I paid a transaction through a bank transfer because to me it was more legally protected and more legally provable than what a written receipt that any but Tom, Dick and Harry could write on a bit of paper or invoice or anything like that. I says, because the fact is, a V5 is not proof of ownership, it's just a registered keeper or a point of contact for a registered person to that vehicle. It is not proof of ownership. An invoice, a receipt, or proof of financial transaction. Why is my trousers wet? I think I've spilt my coffee down myself, I didn't even realise it. What the fuck was that? Something just like twang. But aye, so I've proven all that. I say, so when the lassie came back on the phone, I've typed that up for you and they'll be in touch with you, so many blah blah blah. I turned and says, can I add a note to this case file please, Hen, before you send it to her? She says, aye, what would you like to say? I says, Mr Johnston does not recognise this as a scam. I want it treated as such and for what it is, and that is criminal fraud. I says, I am a victim of bank transfer fraud. I said, I have paid for a product, an item, which I have never received or anything like that, and they've basically run with the money. I said, that is this new code that is coming into play that you as a bank have elected into. Now, yous might not be trained in it, I said, or know the exact wording of the whole thing, but I'm telling you now, I meet the fucking criteria. I said, so I'll wait your outcome. I says, and I'm hoping as a bank you will see that and use common sense and protect me as a customer. If not, then I will have no choice but to then take it to the financial ombudsman. But then that incurs, if I'm found to be correct and the financial ombudsman forces you to rule in my favour and protect me and do right by me and refund my money, you still likely get a fine for failing to adhere to the protect the customer. Or breach of policies, or breach of contract, whatever you want to call it. Because the fact is, we have a contract here where the bank's meant to protect us. I says, fraud's fraud. Doesn't matter if they took my card number or stole my bank details or whatever. Fraud is fraud. It's not a fucking scam. It's fraud. End of. Deal with it. But anyway, I will update you as soon as I know, guys. So I'm hoping that I get the money back. In the meantime, though, I have got a new vehicle. Courtesy of my family, predominantly my uncle. He loaned me £1,000 there to hopefully go and try and find a car and keep me on the road. Given the situation, although the whole family's not happy with it because they all think it's my fault. Typical, but it's no. I've proved that. So as I says, and in between getting this new car and getting myself on the road, because put it this way, borrowing £1,000 off a family and paying them back in 4 weeks' time when I get all my overtime in. Because put it this way, guys, this is why I've been quiet on the page. Obviously, since I updated you and told you all what happened on the last video, since I've started back to work, I've literally jumped right in at the deep end, and literally I've no stopped doing overtime. I've literally been doing overtime consistently, non-stop. And more so I'm doing it again this week, so I'm quite busy. But the good news is, I know for the overtime I've just done there over the last 3 weeks, that's more than enough to pay the uncle back the £1,000 I borrowed off him at the end of June. The next week so far, and depending on what comes in the wage, I've made enough. I know that, right, let me get it. Overall, as a whole, I know that for the overtime I've just done over the last 3 weeks and what I'm doing now, that if I get it all in before a certain time of the month, obviously for processing, by the end of June, I'll have more than £1,000 worth to pay back the uncle, and I might have started to recuperate some of the £1,400 that I've lost at the minute because of this van and because of this fucking arsehole down in Falkirk. If the bank sees sense and protects me up front, which under this new code they should do, because it's exactly what I'm a victim of, bank transfer, that £1,400 when it comes back in, depending on which come first, wages or bank transfer, we'll see what happens. Whatever comes first, I'll pay back the uncle first, and then whenever the overtime comes in, or vice versa, I'll be booking a holiday. Now guys, where's a good place? Right, if you follow us on Instagram, Facebook and that, you ken the last 4 years I've been abroad since I started travelling. I've been to Crete, to Heraklion and all that stuff, and Rathamon 3 times now. First year I went with the ex-girlfriend. Second year I went myself for the week. The third year I went to Spain, to Menorca with the boys for the first holiday as a wee, because it was a shorter flight to test them out, to see how they'd done on a plane. And then last year I took the laddies to Rathamon again, to Demetrios Beach Hotel there in Rathamon, all inclusive. Now, I'm looking for something for this October again for me and the laddies. Something all inclusive, and I'm looking for, all yourselves guys, where you have travelled to, where's good for the kids, i.e. I didn't want a fucking nightclub scene. I'm looking for something obviously that's family orientated, a pool, a room to act as a base, all inclusive obviously, so we're fed and the food's covered, and the rest of the money's just either spending money, food money, or eating out, or travel money. Somewhere kind of quiet. Send us in the comments below all your destinations, shall we say, and recommendations for places. But my only request is, it's got to be within an hour of an airport. After me travelling the last 4 years, I cannot... What the hell's going on with this camera lens? It's like zooming out and in. I book private hire. I cannot sit on a coach for any more than an hour. I says, but I book private hire to get me to my destination quicker. I'm looking for something within an hour's car drive from an airport, because, put it this way, Cal and my oldest proved if Menorca was fine for about 3 hours flight, 2 hours flight or so, and that was fine. However, flying to Greece last year and being up all day, even though I'd made sure they were fed water and that, we got something to eat at the pub in Glasgow airport and had food in the plane and everything. We landed in Crete and at Heraklion airport. I was fine, Jay was fine, Jay was fucking... he was fucking out of it all the way in the taxi. Callum, on the other hand, was a wee bit rough. I think he was feeling a wee bit jet lagged like his dad did 3 years prior to that when I did my first trip there. Oh, that was a rough flight for him. And he was a crabbit, wee sod like. He did not do well in that taxi and could not wait to get to his bed. He was burning up, he was tired, he was crabbit. The first thing I done was get us into the rooms, get the blue armbands to hang with it, were all inclusive. Threw the stuff in the room, straight across to the bar. I'll have a pint and get the two an orange juice and make it quick, or get them cola or something, because the two of them's doing a drink, especially this one. Oh, Jesus. I'll not forget Callan. Oh, he was a crabbit shit that night, and that is no word of a lie. And I says to him, I said, look, once you've had a good sleep, you'll be fine tomorrow morning. It's just jet lag, the travelling, and it's knocking you for 6, and then the heat. The next morning I go up, let's go! He was happy as Larry. But anyway, right. Now, as I mentioned there, I've got a new car, guys. I'd like to well, I doubt they'll ever see this because obviously I didn't go into anything with the YouTube and that. I'd like to thank June and Stuart Russell for each caller, and I'd also like to thank their pal Tommy, or Tam, as you know. I'd put a post up, obviously with losing the money and that, and then borrowing money off the family. I'd put a post up on Facebook on a couple of the selling pages like Car and Vans for Sale Scotland and all that stuff, Cars and Vans for Sale Central Scotland, and so on and so forth. Said that obviously I says, I'm needing some help, guys. Been defrauded £1,400 at the beginning of the month. I said, but police are dealing with it. I said, but I've managed to borrow some money off the family. Thank them for helping us out. I'm looking for a car, £600-ish maximum. Obviously, I got to leave money for insurances and everything like that. Jesus, I'm really losing my voice tonight. Mondeo type, and must be diesel. Because, as I said before, guys, my grand's 1.6 Astra. For £1,000 I've borrowed off my family to get a car, to pay for the fuel, to insure it, to tax it and everything like that, I'd have spent more than that on my grand's car just in fuel, believe you me. Because the mileage I was doing for the overtime and the work, it was more than £20 a day I was putting in my grand's car in petrol. At least with this, I can half that cost to maybe £10 a day, something like that, depending on my mileage and the journey I'm doing. However, thanks to them, June, Stuart's wife, originally sent me a message on Facebook Messenger to... It's a little better, we can see now. Contacted me to say if I had any luck finding a vehicle. No yet, still looking. Phoned my husband, he might be able to help you out. Neighbour, I said I'll phone him shortly once I'm at the shower. So, giving Stuart a wee bell. Hi Stuart, it's James here. I says your wife contacted us there regarding possibly having a car or that for sale regarding my post on Facebook. And he says, aye. It's not actually mine's, mate. I said, it's my mate's. I said, but I've got it sitting in the industrial estate up in his Calder here. Holding it for him because he's had to go and buy a new car. He's just had another Wayne, and 5 6 is no good to him. It's a Mondeo, blah de blah, 2005. But it's had a load of work done to it, new subframe, a couple of other bits and pieces. And he says, but he says, when would you want to come and see it? Because then what I could do is arrange the guy whose car it is to come and meet you, and he couldn't go through the whole lot with you. But to let you understand, it's an ST model. Oh. Okay. ST, okay. Alright. I'm thinking here, oh fuck, how much is... Right, okay, it says, it is a Mondeo, it is a diesel. It's got the 2.2 Transit engine, I believe it or no. But it is diesel. So it's like, right, okay. I'm just thinking about the fuel economy here. And I'm thinking about the insurance costs because it's an ST. Wait for it. So I went up that night with my gran, after work, back 8 o'clock, had it all arranged, went to meet the guy. Put it this way, guys, my faith in humanity has been restored, shall we say, quite hanged. This car has been the guy's pride and joy for the last 5 years that he's owned it, and family car and all that stuff. And put it this way, all the receipts and everything I've got in the history with this vehicle for servicing and parts done, labour, everything like that over the years, the folder that I've got with this car, it goes all the way back to the fucking factory, to the original factory sale receipt. That I've got the history complete for this car, and it's cost me £650. Now, it's a 2005 Ford Mondeo 2.2 TDCi ST, and it scares the shit out of me because it is fucking powerful. For a diesel ST, it can fucking shift. However, I must have spent about 2 hours going round the car with the guy, going through the paperwork, talking to him about the cars in general and this car, families, hating a shot of the car, him taking me out in the car. Holy shit! My arse was making buttons on the passenger seat when he jumped in the driver's seat and took me running it. whoa. Because put it this way, I had only tried to get a feel for it because as soon as I lifted my foot off the clutch, the car was away. I was like, whoa, this is responsive. So I was doing typical guy trying a new car out here, let's just kind of toddle along. Right, you jump in, mate. I'll take you a run. I never. Whoa, not to 60 in 3.2 seconds or something like that, because put it this way, we'd exited the industrial estate in that time. And I thought, whoa. Took us out the dual carriageway. Aye. My arse was making buttons on the passenger seat. But I'll tell you something, it grips very well on the road. I'm beginning to like it. I'm liking it a lot. Though funnily enough, and it wasn't until I seen my mate Davy's car, his Zafira, because I'll give you a rundown of the seats, guys. It's we've been the ST model on that. It's the two-tone, or whatever you call it. It's not all full leather. It's leather trim with a fabric centre part. Seating bit and the back bit here is all fabric. The fabric on it is actually for the Vauxhall Zafira. It's the same damn fabric that's on the Vauxhall Zafira seating on Davy's fucking 1.6 Vauxhall 2007 Vauxhall Zafira Flaming Petrol. Because I went looking at it, I was like, that's the same bloody fabric. But I'll tell you something, it may have been the guy's pride and joy, they spent a ton of money on it. I'll put the video in with a couple of photographs in that of the car after this walk around and that as well, and I'll show you what I took at the fucking footwells and the seats. It might be a 14-year-old car, but I don't think it's ever been validated, because the oil and grease that came out the fabric seats, in fact, as soon as I sprayed the seats, whoa, you should have seen what came at the surface. Because let's put it this way, I think I'll have to go over the seats again. Although they look cleaner now, but I wouldn't want to spray them and then see what comes up even more. But aye. Another thing is it's got the HID upgraded lights. He's done all of that. He's put LED bulbs on the registration. Hang with the tail lights. Wee LED light in the centre bit here, that's why it's white. Although I've got a wee feckin', like, if you could see it here, I've got a wee feckin' disco light in the back here. What's that about? Seriously? Why not put just a plain bulb in? Feckin' disco light. The Wayne discovered that one when they were on the back. But for an ST model, guys, I'm going to give you a laugh. Not only is it economical, because I'm getting 44, 45 mile to the gallon just running between local journeys here to and from the house and work. Open it up on the motorway and I can get more than that. I'm getting about 50 miles. This is just, for an ST with the fucking horsepower this thing's kicking out, it's as economical as the bog standard model at 50 mile plus to the gallon. Now, the interesting part is, the things that need done on it, so the new subframe and everything, as I say, I had to get a radio for the car because the radio was knackered. The Sony standard radio that comes with it was completely kaput. So I managed to pick up a wee second-hand Android radio yesterday, and I've had to wire the whole thing in by hand again. And I'll show you that one, guys, because, to put it lightly, the fag packets are the holders again, because I need to get the exterior trim, because I think the guys had to try and take the old Sony radio out before when he had the car, and there is no way I was getting the Sony radio out of the trim without busting the trim or busting the radio out by force. So the full things came out in one unit, and tried to get the radio separated for the trim. It wasn't for having it, so the full lot's knackered, it's away in the bin. So I'll wait to go to the scrappies and try and get a new trim, and then obviously get it to bracket it in with this new radio that I've fitted just to give us music, because that has bugged my tits in for the last 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks this Tuesday that I've had the car, no haying music. There's something, obviously the subframe, he says it's the steering wheel angle sensor for the car, because the ESP electronic stability program doesn't work, and obviously the light comes on telling you it's off. It could be the steering wheel angle sensor, or it could be a wire, it could be a cable, it could be fucking a whole number of things, because to be quite frank, replacing a subframe, which is common on these Mondeos at 2005 models, especially the STs and everything, they were bad for the subframes rotting. It was just crappy metal for what everybody's telling me. So the metal wasn't that great quality, and the Jaguars was the same at the same age. So that's been replaced, and it's a common fault where you replace the subframe, cables get nipped, coat disconnected, whatever, and the ESP doesn't work, or becomes faulty. Apart from that, I've got a ton of spare parts with it, one or two I've sold. I need to get into the garage next at the end of the month anyway. I'll get a full run and do a couple of, get the parts done on it. I think there's something, it's either a spring or something that's gone, or it's a ball joint or something. Well, no ball joint. There's a weird clicking sound, like metal click click click, every now and again. If you hit a speed bump, you'll hear it going clunk. If you hit a corner, if you take a tight bend, you'll hear it going clunk, like the metal's creaking. And it sounds like it's coming from the passenger side. Could be a spring, could be a fucking tracking rod arm, I don't know. But we'll get that seen to obviously once I get paid next, because then I can afford it and get the car or thing with. But for a 2005 ST, you want to laugh? Here's what I was going to tell you. Here's a laugh. Not only is this bad boy economical and scare the shit out of me, because it's a bit powerfulest fucking car I've ever had. Sorry guys, I hang with a notification there and it fucking jumped to YouTube. Not only is this car economical and scare the crap out of me, as I say, because this is the most powerful car I've ever driven, so I've had to get used to the fucking responsiveness of it compared to the standard cars. I've never had a sports car, never been into sports cars, as you all can. I've had Mondeos before, I've had plenty of other wee cars, or 4x4s, or vans. No any with a particular kind of take, you know what I mean? But here's the biggest car. I had with about my insurances before. How much do you think my insurance is on this? For an ST? It's cheaper than the van. It was cheaper than the bog standard Mondeos that I was looking at 2007 models. My insurance has dropped for £800 for the year with 7 years no claims and a completely clean licence and claims record, down to £600 on this. I think the insurance companies are picking numbers out the hat now, like. I seriously am, I've said it before, now I'm convinced they are. But anyway guys, I'm going to shut up, and we'll jump out here and we'll give you a wee tour of this car and see what you think. And then I'll, if I mind, once I get home, before I upload this, or if I can edit it on this phone, then I can, if I can, what I'll do is I'll edit it and show you what came out the seats and that the other, last Friday when I validated it. And was there anything else? And a couple of photographs, obviously, and let you see it in more daylight, because it's getting a bit dark now guys, so I'll try and find a kind of, I'll maybe move the car just a couple of yards along here to under the street light so you can see it better and see what you think guys. But anyway, I'll keep you up to date guys, what happens with the money and the Polus side of things. It was a great pleasure meeting Stuart and Tam, who have really understood the position I was in and have really actually came through and actually been genuine sellers that way and genuine folk that way, to help get me back on the road by giving me such a lovely car. Apart from a couple of bits of obviously bubbling paint as you'd expect for a Ford, the car's in really good nick. The only difference is, the one thing I'll say that's different, and I'll upload the photographs to the video to show you, because I removed this last night. It was some folk I've seen it on Instagram phoned after and Carlos Johnson and all that. I had like a sun visor on the outside of the window with the Ford run across the top of the windscreen. Ford above the driver's seat and ST on the passenger side. I've literally pulled it off last night. It's that old, it was getting frayed odd in the bottom there, and it was catching the wiper blades, and obviously the thing went away, so I've just pulled it off, because obviously it's just hanging with the wiper blades, and as I say, it's just getting dirt, and I want to obviously clean the liney grime off the windscreen at some point tomorrow. And oh, incidentally. And it's the first car I've had in many years that's got a fake sunroof. What else? But aye, no, anyway guys, right, I'm going to shut up, stop blabbing, and I'll let you see the car and see what you think. But the next thing is, we need to take a dash cam in the car, and I'll hopefully get back to uploading some dash cam footage and on the road footage, etc. Because at the same time, I know it's been quiet on that side, and you've had to put up with me doing a couple of vlogs and just general day-to-day videos here and there. But we're getting there, guys. I'm slowly getting back to building things up again, shall we say. But anyway, I'm going to shut up and let you see this car, guys, so you can let us know what you think, and leave us a message. We'll get another live stream done soon, and until next time, enjoy your week, and I'll see you all again soon. See what I mean about the radio? Also the coffee cups. That's what's came out my feckin' seats.